Today's gig is quite a stark contrast from my last one. Instead of melting in the sun, it's rainy and dreary. But at least the plants are getting some well-needed water. Looks like Matt is already here, and today he is doing a 5-band lineup, which sounds insane. So I'm just gonna hang out, help him out a little bit, but it's more about seeing it in action again. And really? Locked again? Cool. You know, I should probably get a key. He did not reply to my texts, so I have to call him like it's the Stone Age. Do people call anymore? Either way, he answered. So let's try this again. And I'm in. It's interesting to see these places when they're not open. It's really calming and relaxing. Well, because he didn't answer me for a while, and he likes to get stuff done early, he's already done setting up mostly. I had a lot of interest on what I actually carry in my sound backpack. I'll probably do a video on that sometime soon. I actually prefer the backpack for what I do versus a Pelican. Here's Matt's backpack. It's seen a few more miles than mine. I think he's repaired it a few times too. Let's take a look at this stage plot. It's interesting, so rather than a bunch of stage plots, they worked together with Matt and created one stage plot so that everybody kind of knows where they need to go so that we can pre-run lines. And as you know, that'll save time if done correctly. So he already has some pre-run lines out of the snakes to keep it easy for everybody. It's just all marked off, ready to go. There's gonna be some horns, so Matt's gonna be using the Beta 56 for those. I guess he's feeling nice, busted out the betas instead of the regular 58 today. He has a couple DI boxes out for keyboards. And we're gonna use the Sennheiser mics, which are just laying right in front of where we'll be putting the drums today. And of course the Sennheiser for the kick. I'm thinking about picking up a mic case. I actually really like this one because it fits regular mics, but also the wider mics like these 609s or 906, whatever this one is. What's your favorite mic case? I'm looking for any suggestions. And then this overloaded one is just for backups, just in case. Justity, just. And with that, I've completed my just quota for the month. The front of house speakers are gonna be Martin line arrays. We've talked about splitting them up so we can get a little bit more throw since the dance floor is so long. And also, we have some subs under here with the underbody glow kit, because they're too fast, too furious. The monitors will be the EKXs. They sound really good, and they're a little bit of a step up from the actual ZLX ones. And of course, the good old M32 full console. I still like mixing on an iPad, but it's nice. Everyone has started to arrive. All the bands today are part of a local group called Blues Ed, and it's a nonprofit development program sponsored by the Blues Society. And what they do is they're trying to keep blues alive in the next generation of talent. Pretty cool. A lot of times for events like this with multi-bands, you try to reuse equipment. Today, I believe the only thing that we're gonna be reusing is the bass amp and the drum kit. And this bass amp caught my eye. I haven't seen anything like this yet. This bass amp is actually kind of cut like a wedge so that it can be at an angle. Pretty interesting. I'm letting her know that she's probably gonna wanna push the drums back just a little bit so that the people in the front actually have room to move back and forth to perform. And there's plenty of room back here. Just kind of set your chair down and then figure out your distance from there. Plus, the added benefit of putting just a little bit of distance might help get that splash out of the vocal mics. Because drums, they be loud. This is the first group playing tonight, so Matt is setting up all their wedges, and they should be ready to go shortly. Again, to save time, we're going to use this one kit, but they'll be switching out the cymbals and probably the snare between bands. I won't be able to show everybody's gear tonight, otherwise this would be a really long video, but I had to show this guitar. I really like it, and The reason I like it is it looks a lot like my guitar. Look at that. Twinning! See, I'm hipping with it. Ugh, I'm old. They're setting up the area where the panel's gonna be sitting, and what they're doing is they're gonna be critiquing the performances and giving them feedback on what they did great and what they can improve on. They are also doing a raffle for this PRS style custom made guitar. It is a really nice looking custom guitar. This is the plan for the night. When they come on, how long they have in changeover, how long they play. Are these guys gonna be able to stick to it? I don't know. Keep watching the video to find out. Here we go, let's do this.
7 of them. Clinicians helped lead all the rehearsals for this band. They sound amazing. And the songs are selected by the clinicians, and they are identified as the most foundational blues songs, aka the best blues songs. So you're gonna be hearing the best of the best.
Alright, here we go. Let's see how fast they can get their equipment switched out and how fast Matt can get them set up. I pretty much helped where anybody needed it, but it was mostly just guitars, while Matt would check the new instruments and make sure they're good to go. Matt said part of his strategy was keeping gain levels very similar, so he would have musicians turn down their amps and such to keep them the same, so there wouldn't be a huge fluctuation in the monitors. Now time for the added percussion. He mic'd it with a single Beta 56. For the context of this gig, it actually worked really well, and I'd love to show you a video, but I for some reason only recorded him playing guitar. And for the closing act, it's actually going to be part of the panel playing for him. What a fun idea. This is the first time that I've seen a quad cortex out in the wild, besides mine. It's all over. Matt survived. I have to say, that went incredibly smooth. I don't think it comes down to one thing that made it smooth. It was the way Matt handled the whole setup, but also the way that the staff worked with Matt, and all the young musicians were very easy to work with and followed direction quite well. Honestly, oftentimes when you get a seasoned musician, they're very particular about their wedges or something needs to sound exactly right, rather than just going back to the basics. Really, you just need a reference point to hear yourself, put on a great show, and put that trust in the sound engineer. It's fun for me to see the next generation taking an interest in live music. Because, let's be serious, learning an instrument is hard. There is no shortcut, you have to put the time in, but it's so rewarding, especially when you play with a group of people. You can elevate each other to a whole nother level of musicianship. Matt and I had time, since everybody was gone, to just chat about how the whole night went, and we were both really impressed about how smoothly it went. One last check of the stage to make sure we didn't leave anything, or the bands didn't leave anything, and it'll be time for us to head out. What the heck? It's sunlight? Being done before 7's crazy! Thanks for joining me in this video, and I'll see you at the next gig.